Hi guys, and welcome back to Shit Gaming. We are back in action with a 2,000 point battle up today of the new Tyranids. Synaptic Nexus, led by a Neuro Tyrant and a Hive Tyrant, against the new and improved Death Guard with Typhus. Alright, 2,000 points of my Tyranid Hive fleet from the new Tyranid codex. Let's go! Alright, 2,000 points leading the force. I have a Hive Tyrant who is now sadly 235 points. Boom! And he has a -1 damage synaptic enhancement. The Synaptic Nexus Hive fleet gives me the ability to have once a turn a 5-up invuln, once a turn +1 advance and charge, and once a turn the imperative of +1 to hit in melee, which is pretty good. So I get 3 synaptic imperatives for 5 rounds. So for 3 out of 5 rounds, my army will be empowered. I must be within range of my Synapse models. Synapse-themed army. The Hive Tyrant has the -1 damage enhancement. He also has a Venom Cannon and can give out advance and charge auras and a free strat a turn, but only if it's linked to battle strats. Tactics, whatever it's called. Neuro Tyrant has the enhancement for the +1 strength and AP to his psychic weapon, meaning his Neuro Flamer Psychic Scream goes up to strength 6, AP 2, 2 damage. He can give out Synapse, Cool Shadows in the Warp, 1 better. He is very awesome, but the bread and butter shall be 3 squads of 10 Termagants, and I do have a Termagant as well, and she went down in points too. She gives out aura of lethal hits for Termagants, and she also can spawn in Termagants too, and she's pretty chunky at the price. She also has no crushing claws but scything talents. Moving on, we have 6 warriors, and I have a tentacle as a prime. Warriors are pretty cool, 140 points. They got 2 venom cannons, 4 death spears. They can fall back, shoot, and charge. And they also give out synapse too, which is thematic for the list. 6 brain bugs, zone thropes, who give out invuns, have good shooting, have good anti-tank, but did go up in points. Also Neurothrope in there as well. Screamer Killer, who went down in points to 170, and he's pretty awesome, has a lot of attacks in melee, doesn't give synapse, has a bit of shooting, but isn't too tough, so we'll see how he does. Moving over, we have Gene Stealers, who went down in points, but lost the full rerolls to wound, gaining reroll 1s to hit, and potentially reroll 1s to wound if they're on an objective. So they're a little less potent, they are cheaper, so I can do some actions and just get me some points, hopefully. 3 Von Ryan Leapers, who have Fight First, Infiltrate, and Stealth, and they also went up in points slightly too. So a bit of imbalanced here in the list in terms of points changes, but it is very cool, very fluffy. And we do have a Tyranids with a Rupture Cannon who's awesome, but lost his -1 damage, gained a once a game ignore damage rule, and also went up in points too, like a lot. And Barbgaunts over there as well, who are very good with their ignore movement ability, -2 to advance and charge and movement against Death Guard, who are already quite slow, could be quite cool. I have 2 squads of individual Rippers at 20 points each, who can just basically prevent deep strike into my backlines. That is 2,000 points of a Synaptic Overload Nexus Tyranid Hive fleet, painted in green, ready for your screen to take down the Death Guard team. Alright, 2,000 points of the new, improved Death Guard.
New Death Guard rule is part of the detachment ability, so now instead of just getting sticky objectives, you now can pick from one of 3 contagions at the beginning of the game. The first one is -1 ballistic skill and weapon skill when you're within contagion range. The second one is a negative to the opponent's armor save when they're in a contagion range. And the last one is the -2 OC and leadership while they're in contagion range.
So Death Guard have gained a very strong buff in terms of being able to pick at the start of the game and react to the opponent's army and pretty much get -1 to hit in melee all the time or ignoring armor saves. Very spicy. Death Guard could be strong. This is the first game. We'll see how they get along.
So today I'm going to be choosing the -1 ballistic skill, weapon skill. This is my Typhus model. He's going to be rocking with one of the squad of 20 Poxwalkers that I have. There's no spoilers. And then Typhus gives -1 to hit, which is going to stack with that -1 ballistic skill, so his squad is then -2 to hit in combat. I have my dude here is my sorcerer in Terminator armor. He's going to be doing. He's going to be with one of my Terminator squads at the back. He is going to be 1 damage on a 2-up in the fight phase, and he also has a buff to his gun once per game.
And Typhus also throws out mortal wounds every round and went down in points too.
Yeah, so good.
Spicy.
Finally, I have my Lord of Virulence.
What a beast he is.
He gives +1 to hit and ignore cover to all of my blast weapons for my army. He also gives full reroll shooting for one of my units, which is going to be the other squad of Terminators that he's sitting in.
Yeah, rerolls to wound and shooting for that squad.
2 squads of 20 Poxwalkers. I'm giving them a go because I just feel like they're going to be quite annoying to remove now because they're -1 to hit with 5 Villain Pain. It's going to be fun. Allied Demons. I got 2 squads of 3 just because for the infiltrate and the actions. Also, their -1 to hit in combat aura is going to stack with my -1 ballistic skill. So anything that's within 6 inches of them is going to be -2 to hit in combat as well. Attention, I just have a deep striking Beast of Nurgle, super annoying to deal with, and can drop down and just
hug you,
Yeah.
and never die, because he regains his wound at the end of the game.
Now, my new addition is going to my Hellbrute. Today I'm going to be running him with the missile launcher and the las, because I think it's just the best way to go. His ability lets you put contagion on something that he shoots, which is amazing, because it means I can put out -1 to hit somewhere else. It
has a shooting ability, which is huge.
Still
benefit from -1 toughness.
And -1. Yeah. My Rogue Drone, because he's going down in points, want to give him a go. He has the Flesh Mower. He's just going to be running around, hopefully doing actions, and we'll see how good. Then I have 2 squads of 6 Death Shroud. I think that these boys are going to be disgusting. They're going to be -1 to hit in combat, -1 to wound if you're a higher strength than them. With the Nurglings, they could be -2. They're very good.
It's pretty cool and exciting to see Death Guard looking very strong now in 10th, as opposed to being very weak before.
Yes.
So, a bit of a turnaround for them, but we'll see how the game goes. And finally, we have...
I got 3 Plague Rust Crawlers. This middle boy in white here is going to have the entropy cannons. The other 2 are rocking with the flamers. And
nice.
all of them have the heavy stubbers. I actually have, lastly, just a 5-man squad of Plague Marines and a Rhino to do actions and stuff.
1,000 points of the Death Guard, new and improved with all their cool rules and synergies, against a new codex Tyranid Green Hive fleet, emphasizing Synapse power, as we come to conquer in an epic 2,000 point game. So guys, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Board set up by Maswa. We're playing on a ruined industrial world. There's a lot of buildings. There are some trees giving cover, buildings being obscured, crates, a fallen imperial statue as the Tyranids and Death Guard clash on a ruined world in an epic contest. And today is Scorched Earth. What cannot be secured must be burned to ash as 2 old enemies clash. From the second battle round, in each player's phase, the player whose turn it is can select 1 unit from their army that is not battle shocked and is eligible to shoot. Until the end of that turn, that unit is not eligible to shoot or declare a charge. Start of its controlling player's next command phase, if that unit is within 1 of an objective marker that the player whose turn it is controls, that objective marker is burned and removed from the battlefield. In the second, third, and fourth battle rounds, at the end of each command phase, the players whose turn it is scores 5 victory points for each objective marker they control, up to 10 per turn. The round is the same, but the player who goes second gets the points at the end of their turn instead of the end of their command phase. At the end of the battle, you get 5 victory points for each objective that is burned, and 10 victory points if you burn the objective in your opponent's deployment zone. So it's Scorched Earth, Chilling Rain, nothing else applies. And this is the mission we're playing, it's Crucible of Battle. So it's diagonal deployments in this epic board. Hope you enjoy. It was about to begin. We're doing deployment Tyranids on this side, forming a concrete wall. Leave your predictions in the comments below. And deployment has concluded. We have the Tyranids on this side. I've thrown all my monsters in a big fortification in the center with some Steelers, some Leapers outflanking in the middle. Squad of Steelers on the left, with some warriors behind a building and a lone Ripper Swarm. The Neuro Tyrant further back with his hordes of Termagants backing up by the Tervigan in the center, and the Hive Tyrant far forward with his Tyrant Guard ready to push up and conquer this world. Block the Death Guard, that's where they are. They're behind the buildings with tanks hiding and bloat drones.
Yep, so I got my tanks over here. Got either partially obscured or completely obscured. Got my Hellbrute there and Nurglings there. Got some Nurglings here, and that is.
Squads of Death Shroud in reserves.
And I have Typhus's unit of Boxwalkers in reserves also.
The Nurgle as well. For the Tyranids, we have the Screamer Killer and the 5 Barbgaunts coming in from the outflanks. Choose your weapon, as it's Tyranids against Death Guard. New against new in an epic contest. Green for the Death Guard, red for the Tyranids. Welcome to Shake Gaming and subscribe! Boom! Whoo! Tyranid. Turn 1. Cards, Tyranids attacking turn 1, Area Denial amazing, and Assassination less good, but I'll discard that for a CP. And Area Denial is pretty much take the center, which I can do with the Death Leapers. In the command phase begins for Tyranids the first turn. In the command phase, I'm not going to go into any synaptic imperative for this turn, saving it for later rounds. Tyrant has a 12-inch ability to give out Synapse, so he's going to give Synapse to the Tyrannifex, and also the Death Leapers. They're now Synapse tokens, so they have Synapse. Nothing else to declare, Tervigan can't respawn in Termagants, no primary points to obtain, and that is the beginning of the game for the Tyranids. As we go into the movement phase, and we have our cards, we're going to get ball control, maybe try and pop some shots into that Death Shroud tank. Concluded my first turn movement phase, we pretty much shifted over to the right. I have the Tyrannifex and the Hive Tyrant who advance but can still shoot because of the Hive Tyrant's ability, poking down into that tank. I managed to get a good roll for my advances for the Gene Stealers as well. They're pushing up into this objective. I'm secure in the center. I'm not burning anything. I have my Leapers just about in a shadowy building to get my 5 points for Area Denial. On the left side, I held my ground instead. The Tyranids come forth and I'm pretty much holding it down at the back as well. 5 points of secondaries and now the shooting phase begins. In the shooting phase, because my Tyrannifex is a Synapse model, anything within 24 inches of him, because I'm just going to spend a stratagem. 1 CP for Irresistible Will. I'm going to do a free strat of my Hive Tyrant to do this. 24 inches of the Tyrannifex who's in Synapse, because he is Synapse. Allow me rerolls of 1 to hit and wound as a 6-inch aura. We're going to start with the Hive Tyrant.
I'm still going to minus one.
I'm going to start with the Hive Tyrant. We're going to straight into him. Yeah. 3 shots with the Hive Tyrant. Boom! Just one. Hit on 3s now. Minus 1 to hit. Rerolling 1s. That's a hit. Strength 9.
T10.
5s. Rerolling 1s. Yes! AP 2, 3 damage. You have cover. You have a 3. Cool. Hive Tyrant failed, but he paved the way for the Tyranid to come in with all his glory. Everything into the Plague Burst Cooler. Yeah. Show me the power! Hitting on. Boom! Strength 18. This is 3s. Rerolling 1s, baby. Boom! He hits and he wounds with both. But you have AP 4, so you have a 5 in line. 2d6 damage! Oh no! Oh no! The first one does! Boom! Only 3 damage. I'm gonna CPU roll that. Blue and a red for the power! 8 damage. 12 wounds, I need 4 hit. That's just 8. Does it explode? No! And we take down the tank with the rupture cannon. We didn't even need any rerolls there. What a monster he is, and you're 1 tank left. You get 5 points, what about a tank? Not bad first turn. You push down to Death Guard turn 1. Death Guard turn 1, I discarded Assassinate for a CP, as we both get a CP back, and I'm on 2 CP, you on 1, we're now looking at your cards. Death Guard cards, turn 1, secure no man's land and capture enemy outpost, the latter being pretty tough, and secure no man's land could be doable, not gonna discard them for a CP, saving that Nothing is battle shocked, no primary points to declare or gain, so the movement phase begins. Turn 1, movement phase has concluded.
I've been very minimalistic here. Advance my Rhino over just to take this point for 2 for secure no man's land. But everyone else is basically just staying where they are. We want to wait out a little bit longer. Brute just poked out just to apply his -1 to the Tyranid effects. When he shoots him, the little Nurglings have just run out there just so they can charge the Tyranid effects.
And Typhus shooting.
Yeah, and then the tanks just hid behind the building so that you can't shoot with Tyranid effects next turn. And they're probably going to pop some shots into little stuff.
Now the shooting phase begins and Death Guard in the first turn. The Hellbrute's firing down into the T-Fex. That's cannon coming at me. Boom, hits on a 5. T12, strength 12. Whoa! 4 up safe. Oh, I was doing it for. This is free ability to ignore the damage. Yeah. Missile launcher, wounds on him now. No damage, but...
You've been hit, so you are now in my contagion.
Nice, so he is now in contagion range, meaning he's -1 toughness, and also importantly, -1 to hit in his ballistic skill and his weapon skill. Yeah. Now the tank, the white tank, is going to do the mortar into the brain bugs. D6 plus 4 because blast, and 6 for 7. On force. -1 to hits, that's bad. And then T5.
3.
Okay, 2 4-1s. Bam! No, killer bug. 1 brain bug falls and battle shock test. Battle shock test, but I say shadows in the warp. Don't try me. This is my ability that allows me to take a 3d6 battle shock test, which I passed. Taken away my ability to ignore damage on Tyranid effects and killed 1 brain bug so far. Now the final tank, because the other one died. Into the brain box again. Plus 4 again. Oh! 4s to hit. Okay, lethals is 1, and you're looking at 3s to watch. 4 have been vulnerable saves! Come on! Oh, kill 1 more. Now the brain bug falls, there are 4 left. And that's the end of the shooting phase.
Need to charge.
Hold on to your horses, and you have the Nurglings are going to charge my T-Fex. Nurglings jump in to tie up the T-Fex. The Nurglings charge him means you're going to shoot out of combat from -1, meaning you'll hit on 4s, bearing in mind he got contagion ranged hit as well, so his weapon skills now, and ballistic skills now decreased too. Yeah. So he's going to be hitting on 5s. So I can't let him be in combat, so I'm going to spend 2 CPU with the geniuses to interrupt and stop him hitting on 5s and go down to 4s if he spends the strat, or maybe 3s if he stays still, gets +1 to hit. So it's big. They need to die now. Die! Charge. 3. I mean, cool, GC is just about making it in with the skin of their teeth, and they're going to try and rip the teeth from the skin of these Nurglings, but they fight first. 2 guys into the Steelers and 1 to the Gene Steelers. On the other side. Hitting on 5s, 1 lethal. 4 up. No. Steeler takes the damage. Into the T-Fex. Nothing happens now, the Steelers will fight back. So 4 Steelers can get into combat, so it's going to be 16 attacks. Hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. You're not on the point though, so just rooting on 3s. Favorite rule, hitting on 2s or rerolling 1s. Last one to hit. On 3s, but that didn't really matter because I get all but 2. On the points, this is just winning on 3s, no saves.
No, I have 6 of them.
6 of months. That was a really good roll. Healers are angry as they rip into these Nurglings. 6 of invulnerable saves to save you. Protect your brother! Ooh, you roll again. T-Fex, can he kill him? He's hitting on 5s, so he needs 4 attacks. Hits! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Winning on 2s! No! I can't kill you. You fail. He's still alive and he's tying me up, which is really annoying. And that's the end of Death Guard turn 1, as you do some annoying little...
I'll just get rid of Capture Outpost for a CP.
And you get 2 points for secure no man's land. Scores on doors, you push down the Tyranids. Turn 2! Attempting target and investigate signals for Tyranids cards on turn 2. Attempting target, my opponent select the center objective to be the target the Tyranids attempted by to get 5 points. And investigate signals is pretty nice at these Gene Sealers and those termagants, and I can bring in some Barbgaunts on the far side. I'm not going to go into any synaptic imperatives this turn. I'm going to save it for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th battle round. Alright, so I put synapse on the warriors and the Death Leapers in the building. Command phase, I get 10 for primary. Nothing is battle shocked for me. I'm not going to call Shadows of the Warp just yet. Just really try to rack up the points and just score as much as I can in the early game, as I feel like Death Guard are going to come back later with a vengeance. So we'll now begin with the turn 2 movement phase. The Tyranid's turn 2 movement phase has concluded. Kept the Tyranid in combat, fell the Gene Sealers back, moved the Hive Tyrant up with the Tyrant Guard to charge. Up the Gaunts a little bit. We've put the Barb Gaunts over there to do investigate signals. Get signals here with this Ripper Swarm. Over there with the Gene Sealers and grabbing this objective with the Death. Now rapid ingress begins as the Death Guard spend a CP to rapid ingress. 6-man squad of Death Shroud with the -1 damage boy. The Death Shroud appear to bolster the Death Guard lines. As the shooting phase now commences, and we're going to start where it matters. The Tyrannifex is going to look down, rain his fire upon the Dreadnought. Yeah. He gets +1 to hit, so he's hitting on 2s. But -1 to hit becomes 3s into 4s. We're spending a CP for -1 to hit, so 2 shots of terrifying death coming into you. The little shots will go into the Nurgling. Yeah. The big shots will go into you, hitting on 5s though. Hit you, I kill you! Boom! Oh! 18 is 2s. Boom! 5 up with colored. Oh. Big roll. 4s to hit, -1 to hit, bam. 5, and your T3. 3s to wound, you have 1 wound. Oh my god! What's up with these 35-point Nurglings? I can't kill them. So in the shooting phase, these guys are doing an action. The Rip Sword is doing an action. Gene Sealer's advanced. Death Leapers are holding it down. The Warriors are going to fire with no cover. Firing the Death Shroud. Even though the Warriors are only benefiting from it, I'm spending a CP to get the real ones to hit and wound here. Because there's Synapse unit onto those Death Shrouds. 2 Venom Cannons in the squad, 2d3 +1 shots because of blast. Cover, but it's going to be damage! Boom! 8 shots with Venom Cannons hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s. There's 2 1s in there. Conversion towns! Oh, they becomes 4s to wound because you might want to wound some garbage region because you're Death Guard, but I reroll 1s! Because I'm a Tyranid!
It's a good roll. I
said I'm a Tyranid! Boom! 2 damage of 3 up saves. 5 go through. Those conversions with sweet sauce. 3 ups. 3 ups. Ooh, pay. Oh, come on. Okay, takes 2 damage. You have no more -1 damage anymore. I kill 1, come on! Yes! And Death Shroud falls. Death Spitter shots coming in. We killed 1, that's better than I thought. Any on 4s, no rerolling 1s. It's amazing. I love my rerolls. Okay, 5 to wound. Take 1. 2 up save. You mate. Lucy the Turbigan is going to fire now into the Death Shroud, and she benefits from the auras, and she has 8 shots. Shots, Stinger Salvos, 3s to hit, rerolling 1s. 5 to wound, rerolling 1s. Bam! 2 wounds go through. Taking note. Hive Tyrant is going to shoot into that boy.
You are the
blast. Doesn't matter. 1 shot again. Hitting on a 3. A 9. 2, 3 damage, good sir. So you have cover, so 3 up. 3 damage. Yes. We killed 1 Death Shroud. We took 3 damage on the Dreadnought. We're going to charge these Nurglings with my Tyrant Guard. Guard of Crushing Claws coming in with 6 attacks. 4s to hit. Okay, so just about falls. He rolled 2 6s though.
He really tried that.
End of turn is turn 2. I get 4 points for investigating the signals and 5 points for denying the area. Scores on doors. I get 9 for second reads. Push down to Death Guard turn 2. No prisoners and assassination for Death Guard turn 2 cards. No prisoners looks doable as I've thrown some little units. Probably to their doom. Assassination is more challenging as the command phase of Death Guard turn 2 commences. Battle Shock, nothing is Battle Shocked. You brought in the Death Shroud Terminators, you get 5 points of primary. Your plan probably to wipe out things and get no Death Guard turn 2 movement phase commences as the Tyranids haven't done so much damage. We managed to wipe out a tank in the Death Shroud, take 3 wounds on a Dreadnought, but apart from that, Death Guard look pretty uninjured as they advance their forces up. Now the plague advances, the march of the pox begins.
Everyone here is moved up to do the same job that Nurglings just did. He's going to charge, try and base the Tyrannifex. Doesn't want him to move, wants to shoot out combat at -1, wants to kill stuff over here. Also if he gets over here, he's going to stop the Tyrant from moving forward.
He's blocked me off, boys.
Here, he's going to pop some mortals here. He's maybe going to try a 9-inch charge over there.
To the Barbgaunts.
Dreadnought there is basically just staying in the same spot. He wants to hit the brain bugs for it. Also to see the brain bugs, but also mainly just to see everything, just depending on how my shooting goes. These poxwalkers here have just moved up here so they can try and make a charge onto that middle objective.
Kill the Leapers of Death.
My Nurglings, you can't see, they're just right here in the building. They also just advance roll the 1, they're just chilling there. These guys have just moved up, they're probably going to pop some shots here or here. These guys moved out to do a contagion.
As the Rhino blocks off the path, the Plague Marines look to kill some Gene Sealers as the Tyranids rapidly ingress the Screamer Killer. And the Screamer Killer arrives from rapid ingress as he stares down behind the Gene Stealers into the Plague Marines. The shooting phase commences for Death Guard on turn 2. 4 Death Shroud with their flamers, anti-infantry 4+ into the Warriors. Starting with the Chaos Sorcerer and Terminator Armor is using his once-again ability to power up his psychic attack to be 3 damage. So this goes up to 3 damage, Strength 8, AP2, 2d6 shots, hazardous test coming in now. It's me, starting with the Death Shroud. Yeah, 6d6 flames. Barbecues and Tyranid bugs.
66.
Whoa!
I'm the Flamer Man.
You're the Flamer God.
I am the Flamer Man.
29 Flamer hits. Oh my god. I killed 1 warrior and you're gonna respond and kill all my... I killed 1 Death Shroud and you're gonna respond and kill all my warriors. Wounding on 4s. 4s to wound. That wasn't great. My 4-up save is pretty damn good. Killing the Prime and 1's on a wound. D6, surely you can't... Oh my god. 9 shots coming in. Pray for some rain. Chilling rain, boys. Chilling rain! Okay, there's a few misses. Contagions is 2s to wound. Doesn't matter. 2s. Does matter. 5-ups. Make him 1. 3 warriors remain from that squad who just fired, and now we continue. Going with the Plague Marines. Into the same squad of warriors. Shadows in the warp as the shadow is cast. The Death Warriors remain as the Plague Marines come in with their fire. 2 shots with the plasma gun coming in first. 2 hits. T5. For 1. It's T4, but it's still 3s. AP2. No save. 1's on 2 as a Plague Spear comes in from the Plague Marines. The Plague Marines rain in their shots. It's a blast.
Anti-infantry plus.
2+. That's a win. 5 up. That was a ruse. It's a fire to the Death Shroud. This advanced. That's this quarter fired. Bring our attention over to the other flank. Typhus is doing his gnarly ability, calling the plague death into the Gene Stealers. Stealers of the Genes. 1! Ah! 5,000 tons. DP plus 3 damage, but still Typhus. Not bad for 100. 4 damage. 3 Stealers remain as 100 points. Typhus laughs in the chilling rain, and 20 Poxwalkers backing him up.
There's Las Cannon here.
Halbert Las Cannon into the Tyranid.
And he's going to put his crack miss onto these guys. He's going to go disperse, because I just need to hit you. I don't want to roll 2 and miss you and then not get the ability.
Very nice. So you're doing basically many shots just to hit me and get the -1.
Exactly.
To the weapon skill and ballistic skill on the brain box. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Las Cannon to the T-Fax. Here we go. 3 to hit. Hits. Ooh.
Wish that was something. That's it for.
No, it's not. Oh! Dice to save me. No. D6 equals 1 damage and I have no way to negate this. T-Fax is on 12 wounds. Blast comes into the brain box. D6, there's only 4. So you get 5. Hitting on 3s! Let's go! I finally got the negating on the ballistic skill off. I'm T5.
5s.
5's to wound.
This one.
I've got a wound and I have 4 in 1! Yay! This is done, as is the Hellbrute. You have 2 tanks remaining. And that is the white, rusted Plague Blast Crawler is firing the mortar and the stubber into the Gene Stealers as the entropy rains down to the Tyranid Guard as you look to set up a charge for the floated blow drone. Little shots, guys, in a wound. Hitting on 3s. 5 T4s, 3s. T3 is 5 up! Yes! 3 wheel left, 1's on a wound, the mortar rains in, D6 plus... Whoa, it's a 6! 3s and 2s.
With lethal.
These heals are picked up as you get 2 points for no prisoners.
Don't have to...
2 entropy cannons. Bam! Oh no.
1 hit, 1 lethal.
Oh yes. 1 hit. 9, T8, T7, so 3s.
Yes.
I think it's strap 10, but it's no wound. Sad day as you have 1 last mortar to fire. Doing them everything into these barbed probably the perfect target.
Yeah. How many wounds do you have?
2 wounds, T5, 4-up saves. Mortar. Again, not bad. There's 5. 8 shots, hitting on
3s.
3s.
That's really good. 2 lethals.
3s to wound. Strength 8, T5. Not bad though.
Right.
5 4-ups. Okay, 2 down. 3 barb guns remain as the shooting phase concludes and now the charging phase begins. Alright, 8 is rolled. Plague Marines make the charge with the Gene Stealers. Shroud into my fight first, Von Ryan Leapers as they leap into the battle with a 7-inch charge. Get in. The Death Shroud attacking the Von Ryan Leapers. You have the Poxwalkers to try and make a long bomb to the Barb Gaunts, and the floated boat drone to try and take out the Tyranid Guard and tire the Tyranid. Poxwalkers going to charge the Von Ryan Leapers. Ooh. Poxwalkers fail. The floated boat drone comes into the Tyranid Guard, needs a 4. He gets it on a 7. Makes it in, you need a 9. With the other Poxwalker squad into the Barb Gaunts, and why do I feel scared? Let's go, Shake Gaming says no. Barb Gaunts reduce the movement on them by 2 and the advance on 2 and the charge on 2, so you'll CP rolling this because you cannot live. It's big. Big roll! No. I'm going to do free strat of the -1 AP to basically reduce his AP.
I'm going to spend a CP.
To give an extra AP, so now he's AP1. For that, the Von Ryan Leapers are awesome. They have stealth and fight first. He attacks hitting on 4s with -1 hit. That wasn't bad. And 5 T6, so 5s! Again, not bad. 5 wounds go through, you have AP1 to that, so it's 3-up saves to my attacks. Feel the pain! Oh, take 2 damage. On a wound as I'm gonna 100 die. 100 points of Death Guard vehicle, how much damage can you do? Hitting on 3s with lethals. Ooh. 2 wounds because of the contagions. 2 wounds is AP 1 because you get extra AP and I reduce it. Is you kill the Tyrant God. You kill the Tyrant God. I have 2 left and the Hive Tyrant looks on. Can't get into combat because I can't through this gap. So here, the Terminators pick up the Leapers, unfortunately for me, and you take the center objective. Now the Plague Marines come in. 3 guys starting with heavy bubonic weapons. Lethals. Oh! 1 wound comes through, and I 4 attacks with a bubonic weapon. 3s. Yeah, that's a wound. It's kind of okay because I have an invuln. Nope. 3 plague knives. Tyranid holding this down. Yeah. At the end of your melee, I now continue. I will start with the Tyrant God and the fight back. I hit on 5s, bro. God damn. Okay, so 5s to wound. I can't do any damage. You killed 1. He's actually chunky. He's very chunky. My vulnerable leapers, but I'll fight back with the Gene Stealers though. Fighting back with the Gene Stealers. Minus 1 to hit is 3s, rerolling 1s. A lol. I'm on 5s. Rerolling 1s though, because we're on the objective. Yes, it mattered! 5 wounds, AP 2, you have 5 up saves. And I managed to kill 2 Plague Marines. 2 more damage to you, as you still hold the point. You get 4 points to no prisoners, discard Assassinate for a CP. You managed to take the middle, didn't tie the Tyranids over there, failed the charge with the Poxwalkers, and lost some Plague Marines. So it wasn't a terrible turn, but it wasn't amazing. You'll see what happens during the turn. During his turn 3, I'm feeling optimistic. Nothing is battle shocked in the command phase, as the Barbagons are just about above half strength. Synaptic imperatives, I'm giving my synap tokens to the Tyranids and the squad of Termagants again. Why not? If they ain't broke, do not fix it, my friends. As the Screamer Killer is going to come and wipe out those Plague Marines, I'm going to try and take out these Death Shroud. Barbagon's going to slow down those Poxwalkers. I drew my cards as well before everything. Pretty decent, bring it down an overwhelming force, is kill vehicles and kill things off objectives. I'm pretty optimistic this turn. I think I can get some points, do some damage, and kill this Rhino, wipe out that Hellbrute maybe, kill this drone, score a lot of points, bring it down. It is limitless. Tyranids have a high potential to get a lot of points. As I get 10 for my primary, command phase finishes, moon phase shall begin. My friends, stay with me as I conquest this world. For the hive mind, synaptic nexus is unparalleled. I finally triggered my synaptic imperative this turn. By the way, in my command phase I declared off camera that I'm going into +1 to hit in melee. You managed to do nasty things in Overwatch. You killed all my brain bugs in Overwatch from these Death Shroud who need to die. Back here and spend a CP to fall back in charge, and I had no CP left. Advance and gonna flame some Death Shroud. Kill this tank. That's pretty much as it is, as we said. Turn 3, moon phase is ended for the Tyranids. Rapidly ingress with the Death Shroud and the Lord of Virulence is on the board. Turn 3 shooting phase begins. Pre-strat time, I'm looking at them with Synaptic Overload and I'm saying, hey, reroll 1s to hit and wound against that white Plague Burst Cooler with the Hive Tyrant and the Tyranids. He moved, so he's hitting on 3s. Comes 4s because it's contagion range of him, and it'll be 5s if you spend the CP. Yep. Spend your CP, so you cannot do it, so I'm going to start where it matters. I'm going to start with Tyranids. He's going to do Stinger Salvos into this boy. He's going to do Big Scary Rupture Cannon into that white Plague Burst Cooler and try and take out the second tank of the game. Are you ready, kids? I can't hear you! Thank God I'm rolling 1. It becomes 2 hits! Oh, I love this stratagem. 18, baby! 3s! No CP. AP4! 2d6 damage! 7 damage. Effects is on a rampage. Is the
you put 2 things on 5.
He's on 5 wounds. That's on 5 wounds. Probably could have killed him. He's gonna now fire at the same target. Stinger Salvos first. We'll do them off camera. Is durable Death Guard. He takes it down from Stinger Salvos. Now the Hive Tyrant's firing everything into that Plague Burst Cooler, at least trying to bracket him at the very least. D3 day shots. Not a 1. Yes, 2.
It's not a 1.
Hitting on 2s. 3s. Rerolling 1s though. Yes. Strength 9. No. Needed a big fat nothing.
Now it's starting to finally work.
Barbagons into them. 3d6 plus 12. Yeah. Okay, not good. Okay, so 22. On 4s though. Bam! That was really good. Even blinded by Tyranid Venom, you have -2 to move, advance, and charge roll. 3s to wound. This is gun's really good against you. 6s and 5 because of cover. 6s. Making 2.
So tanky.
5s. Making negated, but Typhus may have a trick up his sleeve. These guys on a wound, we're going to start with the Screamer Killer who's going to scream into them. Sucks, you might want to hit though because of those Plague Marines. D6 plus 4. Come on! Ooh. 9 shots. 5s to hit though. Hit you, you do a battle shock. Get a few hits. But mine's on a wound. It's 4s. 2 wounds. You have cover, so 3 ups. Take damage. You'll die if you take damage. 6. Oh! Battle shock test. You fail. Warriors are going to fire everything into... Can the Tervigan kill this thing in melee? There's an argument to say she can't, but I need these guys to die. So I'm going to do everything into them. Yeah, with them. Let's start with Vesper. Shots on 4s. This one hit is no hits. That's super good. Ow. Plus 2 Venom Cannons. D3 plus 1 in each. Nice. Ba-bam! On 5s because Ryan is blinding me with his stinky ass contagion smoke. Farting in my face. 5s! I can't do anything. 1 hit. I need a 4. No. We have an auto-hitting flamer, so bug off the minus one. That's how we kill him. 2d6, strength 6, AP2, 2 damage because of enhancement.
Exactly.
Double sixes. Force to wound.
Yeah, force to wound.
Come on! 4 up save or death. Die! No! These guys are just stronger than the Titanic, eh? And that's saying. Against fire, the one squad that was in range and had advanced. 2 shots came in, well 2 hits, and then 2 wounds, so 2 up saves or death. Die! Hitting on 4s now because you're such a annoying man. Death God is annoying to fight now. -1 damage, but it's just -1 hit now. It's traded out, which I do like. It is fluffy. You are tougher than you were. And 5, so 5's to wound. Come on, we get 1. 2 plus save. Damage is gonna come in melee. He says Turbigans coming into that Rhino. Die Rhino. They're gonna come in. Warriors Rhino. Die Rhino. So Dreamer Killer's gonna come into the Plague Marines, die Plague Marines, and also I get +1 to hit in melee buff off because Synapse is integral to the success of my army, just like Contagions is to yours, Synapse is to mine. Yeah. Must maintain the auras of truth. We're not charging that because we take the point off you, so you only get 5 at primary, and we're gonna charge the hive down into them with the Tyrant card. Hopefully. The phase concludes. That tank's on 5 wounds. The Hellbrute is still alive. Took down some Poxwalkers. Didn't do any damage here. Melee's hopefully where it will be. We've made our charges. We're holding the center. We'll start with the Screamer Killer. 10 attacks, hitting on 2s now because of my ability. But -1 again. Oh, but at least it's not 4s. -1 everywhere. 3s. Ooh, 2s. Try 10. Thank you. 4, 5 ups. Already failed, and I hold the point. He looks at the Death Shroud and licks his. Tyranid coming in with a big fat 4 attacks. -1 hit again, so it's back to 3s again. Jesus! This time I'd rather the Crushing Claws. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. 2, 3. Yes. 4's to wound. AP2, you could survive.
Yep.
D6 damage.
1.
4. Should have shot the Rhino with everything. It was a mistake. Mistake. 3s. I got too cocky. 5's to wound. I can still not do this. Right, I'm still denying a primary. I'm still got this. I'm gonna kill this drone. Tyrant Guard coming in. 6 attacks. On 4s because -1 +1. Tyrant Guard be doing stuff. 5's to wound. Tyrant Guard be doing 2 damage. Tyrant Guard be doing some damage. 7. I need to get a lot through here to kill you. Hitting on 2s.
Nice.
Thank you. 9s and 4s. But I reroll the wound roll.
It's like you roll.
I reroll the wound roll. 4 wounds. Maybe 2, 3 damage. You need to make 2 of these to live. Managed to wipe out the drone.
Does he
Does he explode? No, he does. Anyway, let's got something in melee, thank God. My +1 to hit was very effective against your -1. Tyranid turn 3 concludes. We get 3 points overwhelming force. 4 for bring it down, so another 7 for secondary as we push down to Death Guard turn 3. Behind enemy lines at overwhelming force, kill the Screamer Killer, kill Hive Tower and Tyrant Guard, and get behind the Tyranid lines. I'm not going to trigger Shadows in the Warp because you're still holding sticky for 1 objective. 5 for primary, and we both get CP. Death Guard turn 3 movement phase.
So these guys just moved over. They're going to charge Screaming Killer, try and take this point, do some flames over here, some flames over here. Dude here, probably just going to charge in, just do some scampering around.
I hate them.
These guys staying still because my opponent was very nice and reminded me that I would be overwatched and probably lose turn lanes here.
Probably.
These guys have just moved up. They're going to try and charge for the middle point finally.
March of the Pox as the tank is wounded but advanced.
These guys have just moved up.
And the Hellbrute fell back.
This guy's moving 2 inches now.
I have nothing to declare. Shooting phase now begins. Start with Typhus, the man of the hour cometh thy name. Don't do any damage to me. Terragants. Was 3 for 1. Haha. Will the Poxwalkers come back? Death Shadows of Death.
Yeah, into these guys, and then we're going to put the back 4 into these guys.
The Lord of Virulence who has AP. D6. Stop it. Stop it! 4 plus.
Actually, it should be 2 plus.
What the hell?
Rerolling wounds.
Jesus Christ! AP1 is 5 elements. 2 Stealers remain. 36 shots. For 10. 10 anti-infantry 4 plus this time.
Reroll wounds.
Rerolling wounds is gnarly. The reroll wounds.
We're gonna have rerolls.
Oh, yes, okay. And I tank it. Guys on a wound. Ouch. And now you have the rest 4 more flamers into the warriors. One of the warriors is wounded as no, he's one warrior is on a wound. 5 6. His sergeant has to stop this madness in the name of your king. 25 hits, winning on 4s. These flamers are too good. With full rerolls. Oh, I'm so dead. Ouch. Warriors are picked up. Gene Stealers have 1 guy left. That was one squad of Death Shroud. Ouch. Death Shroud squad is going to open fire into the Neurogons. Good night.
Rolling 2d6 for the gun, and it's pretty freaking good.
Well, T2 now. D6 from the Sorcerer. Curse of the Leper.
2 on 3s.
2's to hit. From the character.
2's the wound.
Oh, Lord. Dies as 6d6 flame shots come out. 6 hits, winning on 3s. No rerolls. Guys do their flamers, they wiped out all of the Neurogons and the Neurotyrants alive on 3 wounds remaining. It's firing everything down into the Tyranids. Last camera. Whoa. Need a big 4 to wound. That's not a wound. He is now contagions. Yeah. Missile. Hits. Can he wound?
5 to wound.
No. Too goddamn tanky. I love him. He's expensive, but he's worth it. That green tank is firing everything. Mortar and stubber. Flame out of range into the bark-horns. You don't like that.
I don't.
-2 to hit. One up in points, but they're worth it.
Yes.
D6 was 3. Oh. The Lord of Virulence looks down upon the battlefield and can just about see the bark-horns. So he is able to get +1 to hit. So hitting on 2s here with 5 shots. And ignoring cover 2, the Virulence boy is amazing. Non-lethal, 2s to wound. This could be danger. No. 5s. Bang! He does have the stubbers. 4 shots.
Should have is 5.
T5s to 4s.
3s now because -1.
-1 because the contagion is 9 inches. Oh! 1, I got 4 ups. Anyone make 1? Yes! The final tank, the Plague Blast Cooler, firing his mortar into the last barbed gaunt. As the stubber and the entropies are going into... Stubbers into the target. Entropies into the Screamer Killer. Long story short, he died. Stubbers first. 2 entropies, 3s to hit, sir. Oh, good start. T9. Strength 10. 1 move save. Thank you. Screamer Killer screams with defiance. End of the shooting phase in turn 3, and now the charging begins. Charges the Screamer Killer, and they make it on a 6. Death Shroud on the left, make into combat with the Screamer Killer in an epic showdown as you charge the Termagants in the center, re-establishing your dominance in the midfield. Now these Poxwalkers attempt to charge the Tyrant Guard. First, these Poxwalkers will attempt to charge into the Termagants, make it on a 6. Poxwalkers rolled a 6, they needed a 6. 2-4 because of -2. Poxwalkers only made it with just about the skin of their teeth. They got -2, 4 inches, barely 1 or 2 are going to be able to fight. Everything else pretty much made the charge. Most epically is going to be on the far side, and that's where we'll start. Starting where it hurts. You are spending a CP to get an extra AP against my Screamer Killer. You have a bunch of stacks, starting with the Lord of Virulence. Damage! Shooting on 3s. Stay back. -1 to toughness is 4s. 5 ups. Ooh! 2 damage. Sorry, down to 8 wounds. Hitting on 2s because you don't mess around.
That's lethal.
Oh my god!
That's lethal.
4s. Oh my god! He's dead. Does he lash out? Does not. And the Screamer Killer is picked up where he stands. Lords are fighting into the Termagants. 1 Death Shroud into the 4-man Termagant squad, and then 3 Death Shroud and the Sorcerer into the 10-man.
Get lethals.
0, I got 5 up saves, 10 are left. Live! Make few remain. Can the Sorcerer kill them? So Death Guard get 5 points for their secondary as they killed 2 things by overwhelming force. Wiped out the Termagants. Managed to tie up here. I killed 7 Poxwalkers in the fact that that's the end of their turn. They get nothing for piling me lines, but get a CP instead. Turn 4 shall be. Can we hold on to the win? Defend stronghold and secure no man's land for Tyranid cards on turn 4. One phase, I'm giving out my Synapse tokens for maybe the final time. Just to the Tran effects, that's the only thing they can get. Synapse, command phase. Ooh. Shadows in the Warp, clutch time. If these guys fail it, the Gene Sealer can come and take it. They can't Overwatch him because they'll be battle shocked. And they can't spend a CP to ignore it because it's not in the battle shock phase step. Yep. So it's -1. Shadows in the Warp has been cool.
So 7, right?
7, roll a 6 and it's... Yes! Our Shadows in the Warp concludes. We battle shock these guys, it's huge. With that single Gene Steal, I can take this point and get 5 for secure no man's land. Also the Nurglings and the tank are also battle shocked as that comes to a close. Synapse has been given out. We get 10 for primary. And now the movement phase shall begin in Tyranids in turn 4, and we'll try and get the Tyranids turn 4 movement phase has concluded. We've taken that point with the Gene Sealer. Huzzah! Tervigan's gonna kill the Rhino. Send the CP to fall back, shoot and charge with these Tyranids as it's the best strat I have. I need to kill Typhus because his ability to do mortal wounds has been very disgusting for my army. I'm going to point the Tyrant effects and hopefully delete a tank. And just do some more damage and leave the Death Shroud where they are, but just get more points and hopefully win this game as we get 10 more for primary as well. And now the shooting phase shall commence. Typhus needs to go, his day in the sun is over. I'm spending my free strat to give anything within 6 inches of the Hive Tyrant's unit reroll 1s to hit and wound against Typhus and shooting. Starting with the Tyrant effects. Shooting his Stinger Salvos into these Poxwalkers, and then the big shots are going to go into tank on 5 wounds. 8 shots with Stinger Salvos. On 3s, rerolling 1s. 4s, might as well to hit. 3s to wound. Rerolling 1s. 3. 6 up saves and 5 up saves. As the crowd thins ever so slightly. The Rupture Cannon now comes into the tank with -1 to hit.
Yes.
Plus -1 to hit, so -2 to hit. But I'm heavy, so it's hitting on 4s. Misses. No! 8 shots on the Tervigan, hitting on 3s, no rerolls into the Poxwalkers, but -1 to hit. Only on 4s here. Nice. Death of Poxwalkers. Oh no! BAM! 1 wound. Kill 1 Poxwalker. Hey! Tyrant. Picking his target. Psychic Scream, please, brother. 2d6. Nice! Auto hits, baby. Wounding on 3s, rerolling 1s. Babushka. I said babushka. 5 up front of pain, 2 damage apiece. 5 Tyrants firing everything into these Death Shroud as D3 plus black. 3s, because -1. I don't care, because I get 3 hits. Strength 9, but -1 to wound. 1 wound. Damage, one's on a wound, one stays alive. Tanky is an understatement. Just Tervigan into the Rhino. She's angry. She's making Rhino effects, charging these guys. Synaptic imperative is Fiber Invon in the command phase. I select that for my army. Starting with the Tyrant Guard. Aim these Poxwalkers on 5s. The fart gas is stinging my eyes. I get 2 hits though. 2s. Kill Poxwalkers. Yeah. Hive Tyrants hits on 4s. Bang. 2s.
3 damage.
Twin linked. Oh, start with Tyrant effects, but hey ho, fire 4 attacks into the squad. 4 attacks. 5s. I'm confident. 2s. Alright. Tyrant effects wipes out the Poxwalker. 2 damage. Typhus is surrounded. And that is the end of my charge. The ongoing combat continues. I got him down to 2 wounds as he healed 1 in his command phase, which we added on just now. And now Typhus can stand his ground barely and is going to fight back into Tyrant Guard.
2s, lethal.
1 miss, 1 lethal. That's 9 T8, so T7, so 3s. For 3. 5 ups. Make him what? But it's tied. I wiped out the Poxwalkers. Typhus is barely alive. You have a lot in the center, a lot on the flank, and 2 tanks left. And Tyranid turn 4 ends. I get 5 points to secure no man's land. I'm holding on to defense stronghold. And we'll push now into Death Guard turn 4. Death Guard turn 4, they finally get 10 for primary. Battleshock phase, they failed Battleshock on the Rhino, so fall back, it will die. It's pretty decent, 5 points, probably for extend battle lines and engage in all fronts. They're in 3 of the 4 table quarters at the moment. They could advance, but they might take damage. We'll see what they do in turn 4, moon phase begins, and it might go down to the wire. Hope you guys have enjoyed. It's been Shed Gaming.
This is just in combat. He's going to mortal wound the Tyrant effects. Bug boy down there, came over there just in case I pull teleport homers. I've moved up just to flamers in range, and all my guns going to shoot. I'm probably going to shoot mortars into those dudes to try and kill them. These guys over here are going to make a charge. We're going to flame this guy to death.
Terminators looking like they're going to kill the Neurotyrant. This is turn 4. Shooting phase shall begin, starting with Typhus.
It's going to be a 6 again.
It can't be. It's improbable.
Told you.
What? 3+3 mauls every turn he's been on the board. Hence why I wanted to kill him, but I didn't kill him. Oh my god, he's down to 6 wounds. Typhus is a beast. You wiped out the Gene Stealer with the Flamers. The Neurotyrant is on a single wound with some blast shots.
Into the big boy.
You're shooting the Hellbrute into the Tyranid effects for like the 15th time. Last cannons. Missile. Misses.
Fire.
Misses. Whoa! Last cannon hits big 4 to wound. Big 4.
Yeah, 4.
It's a big 4. It's always doing Flamers into the Tyranid effects. Mortars into the Termagants. And the little gun to the Neurotyrant. 2-6. Oh my god! Moon phase, I did spend a CP to Overwatch to kill 3 Poxwalkers for your information, but that was a mistake as I didn't kill. Death Shroud can't die. Yeah.
So 2.
3+ saves. 3+ saves. No. Mortar into these guys. 6 shots because it's +5. Hit those 4s.
Yep.
Okay. 6 to wound. 5 saves.
81.
Down to 80 though because of cover. Doesn't matter. Die. 6 are left. Stubber into her. Nothing. Tank to fire.
Yeah, we're gonna go Stubber into this lady.
Stubber into this lady. These into effect. Advance for defense stronghold and primary points. Mortar shots. D6 +4. So tense this one.
It's a 4.
8 point swing here. It's huge. Yes, they bless me.
You have 2 Battleshocks to take, but I hate that.
5s. And I don't make any saves. 3 Gaunts of main. They are Battleshocked, but they'll be unbattleshocked in my command phase. Meaning I don't defend the stronghold. Because you Battleshocked me. That's huge. Entropies, man. Entropies!
That's a lethal.
1 hit. So AP is cover. It's 4 up save. Make it. Thank you. Perfect stands tall. And stubborn to the Neurotyrant. Alive! Squad of Death Shroud to fire. Final squad going everything into CP.
For an additional AP.
Okay.
So because
everything into Tyranid effects. Pass the hazardous check. Starting with the Psyker. Doing his damage. The Wind's a plague. Yes! It's on 3. Leave me alone.
5s.
Nothing from that, and now the flame is coming in with a number of shots. They finally are fizzling out a little bit. 15 flamer hits after the sorcerer didn't do anything. Wounding on 6s. Good luck. Actually, to be fair, you don't need luck for 6s. You roll for 4 ups. Takes 2 down. Done 3 wounds left. He's definitely charging. Death Shroud charging. You need a far charge. Double once. CP roll needs a 6! Oh! 17 Poxwalkers are left.
The 7 Poxwalkers are just going to go into those guys. I'll go into
charging
everyone.
Everybody, apart from the Tyranid effects too.
Of course.
Death Guard turn 4 melee phase begins, or about to. You may charge into the Tervigan. The Neurotyrant's been charged by Poxwalkers, as has the Tyranid effects, the Hive Tyrant, and the Tyrant Guard, as Typhus is still standing his ground. Crucially, the Beast of Nurgle made the charge, tying up the Tyranid effects and potentially taking the point off the Tyranid. Surrounded the Tervigan, and you want to start with the Tervigan? Down over here with the Death Shroud. Sergeant hits on the base. Oh no. Lord of Virulence it was attacking. Wounding on T11 down to T10 is holy schmolies. 4 ups. Bosh. Tit for tat, Turf against the tanky lady. I really enjoying Synaptic Nexus with the -1 damage, with the armor contempt Tyranid strat, with the rerolls and shooting, with the flexibility. I do have a 5 invuln army wide right now, as I declared in my command phase. I don't know if I enjoy this or the invasion fleet more, but it's nice to have variety and it's been a good game. I do think Death God are much improved as well. And this game clearly shows that they're very survivable, losing not that much of the guys.
Yeah, lethal.
Death Trap, hitting on 2s, calling it the name, but they get a bunch of 1s. Bunch of 1s, bunch of 6s. Fast wound. Just 4-ups. Okay. He's on 10 Foxwalkers 4, did no damage anywhere. Neurotyran made the save on a 4-up. Now, the Beast of Nurgle comes in to the Tyrannifex on 3 wounds. He has Dev wounds, 6 attacks, 2 damage. He needs 2 6s on the wound roll to kill him. Can he do it? Are you subscribed? He gets 3 hits. My friend, you've done stranger things.
I have, actually.
Oh! It's a 3-up, which I boss. Nice. It's a distraction, boy. And now I fight back. Hive Tyrant has to go into the Poxwalkers, and the Tyrant got to go into Typhus. Into Typhus, hitting on 5s though. He'll roll bare 5s! 2 hits. Yeah. 3's to wound. That gives you 2 damage. You love. Hive Tyrant takes down 4 as the Neurotyran's gonna fight. 6 attacks on 3s. It was 4s to hit, -1 is amazing. Tough in another kind of way. 2 5% pace. 2 more. Death God are tough in a different way now. No longer -1 damage, but -1 to hit as the stinky cloud gas of farts sting my eyes and make it hard to kill you. Typhus can fight me as well. 5 attacks.
2s.
4 hits. Strength 9, T7 now because of -1 to wound. For 3 wounds. Ups. Tyrant God and Hive Tyrant remain as the Tyrannifex is on 3 wounds and holds that point. End of Death God turn 4. The game rages on. You managed to get 5 points for extend battle lines and 3 points for engagement fronts, bringing you 8 more points of secondary. I don't get defend stronghold. These gaunts are dazed. And we'll push now into final turn for the can fight back first. He's gonna kill the Rhino. Kill the Rhino. Pause. Kill the Rhino. Kill the Rhino. 3 wounds. Just 1 gone through every time. He's on 3 wounds. Get him. Yes! 3 mortals to the Turvigan. 2 of the Blight Lords. Bum 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 bum. Turvigan's on 7 and she rips apart the tank. The Blight Lord took a damage, and that is the end of that. And now turn 5 of the Tyranids begins. Turn 5. 10 battle lines and behind enemy lines. I'm probably going to get 5 points for Tyrannifex being a beast. I'm spending a CP here to ignore the battle shock result, meaning I auto get that as an objective as well as that. 10 points for primary and hopefully 5 points for secondary. He passed his battle shock test. He needs a battle shock test. I have Synapse. Synapse is so good. I make it. Fine. Synapse is amazing for battle shock. We have our game plan. Synapse, he's going to give Synapse to the Tyrannifex again. That is it. Everything else has Synapse. My army has Synapse. I have no CP. I have a free strat from him. I can't fall back and shoot and charge because that is not locked to his free strat. It's only the armor contempt one, the other one gives rerolls. So that is that. And we're going to push down to the moon phase and turn 5 for the Tyranids. In the moon phase, we pretty much stay where we are. We're going to flame from the Poxwalkers. We are going to shoot into that tank and kill him. We're going to kill Typhus hopefully as well. And we fell back with the Turvigan. And we're holding the objective down. We're going to get 10 points of primary, a CP back, and hopefully 5 points for extend battle lines as well. Shooting phase begins. We're going to shoot the Hive Tyrant in the Death Shroud. D3 plus 1. For 2. Pause. 2 hit. Pause. 1. Roll so many 4s. Yes! On a wound, but I did it. Another Death Shroud, and he's going to flame the Poxwalkers. 2d6, get more than 3. It's moving on 3s. Ignoring cover, 2 damage. That many, 5. 5 more Poxwalkers fall. He's below half, so he's -1, but then he's +1 because he stood still, but then he's -1 ballistic skill, but then he's also -1 because... Exactly. 2s to 3s to 4s to 5s. And, just like Warhammer! Strength 18. Yes. Swear to God, I feel death! No! For Tyranids, we got a bit of melee to do. We just have Tyrant Gun against Typhus and the Hive Tyrant against the Poxwalkers. You're the defender, you fight first. I'm gonna fight the Tyrannifex. Please don't kill me because that would be really bad and wouldn't get extended battle line. Attacks hitting on 4s. The Dice God save me. Oh no! Oh my god. Oh, getting a CP to reroll one of them. 6!
Still a wound though. AP1.
You got a 5. Boss it. Yeah! So tense. It's like so late, but it's so tense. End of my turn. Nope, we get a fight back with the Hive Tyrant. We'll do that off camera. End of the fight phase. The Hive Tyrant took 2 damage. He wiped out the Tyrant Guard. I killed 3 Poxwalkers. He is on a wound. He didn't take any damage as he heals it. I get 5 points for extend battle lines. My final score is on the board as we push down to the last turn for the Death Guard. Turn 5. It's super close. With the ability for them to burn objectives, it could come down to the wire, guys. Turn 5, there's something like 20 points behind on primary and 10 points behind on secondary, so I'm 30 up. But they can hold 2 objectives, which will probably be this one, and then burn 2 to get 20 for primary, and they need to get 11 to tie secondary. Deploy Telepahoma. These guys have moved this way and are deploying Telepahoma, but they can do it for 5 points. Bring it down. If they kill the Tyrannofex, they get 6 points, and the game will be tied. If they kill anything more than the Tyrannofex, then you'll win it. So that is how it goes. Can Typhus kill the Tyrannofex? Roll a 1!
6.
No. Lash out. Almost. You kill him, meaning you take the point, and also, that's so big, you get 6 points for secondary right there. He's done something like 24 mortals this game. What an MVP.
He's MVP.
100 points is a... Straight on the back into him. I'm going to spend my CP
Yep.
to reduce AP.
Yeah.
The first time this game. He's going to use his free strat for that.
So I'll start with the missile launcher.
Miss. Hits. Down to T9, so it's a 4. Nothing.
Nope.
Last cannon. Misses. No. Nothing. Oh, it's a whip. Make it. Yes! Those tanks are firing into him. Also, they've made their invons so many times. HPs! Okay. 4 to D6 plus 3. It's 2 ups. Also, the armor contempt is amazing. Having minus 1 AP is insane. So 2 up. Takes it. Ignores AP by 1. Has minus 1 damage and 4 ability. What a beast.
Play by school.
Lost. Played by school. These are the flamers wounding on 5s. 2 ups.
2 ups.
Takes a damage. 7 wounds remaining.
And it's Trace of Fire.
Trace of Fire. Wounding on 5s. Because minus 1 toughness made it. 2 ups. Ah! Try this! Leave it alone, please. Auto as well.
Hey man, roll it once for me, that'd be great.
D6.
3s.
Virulence boy can't see me.
Yeah.
So wounding on a 5. 2 up. Heal the flamers. And now I'm going to fire into the Hive Tyrant. Hive Tyrants on 6 wounds remaining. The final charge phase begins. You have Typhus into the Hive Tyrant. Typhus, who has done 24 mortals. Typhus, who's basically won you this game.
Yeah.
And then these Death Shroud are coming where?
They're gonna go into the...
So they're going to split up the attack. Oh, they fail it. That is just down to Typhus.
You're telling me it's down to Typhus.
And I can spend a CP for a reroll, or I can spend a CP to ignore an AP. And I'm going to do ignore an AP one again.
Yeah.
Just to go down to 5 attacks. It's actually 6 attacks. 4's to wound because it's strength 9.
It's not a slap though.
3 ups. Bosh! You absolute god of the Death Guard, you die now. 4's to hit. 2s. No, sorry, 3s. With rerolls. Don't need it. 2, you die. Typhus dies. No, he doesn't even die. He's beat to the death. And we do it there. So at the end of your turn, you'll be doing an action there to get 5 points.
Yep.
You do an action here to get another 5 points. And you get another 10 for primary. So you get 20 for primary at the end of the game. My friend, well played. We played Scorched Earth, and our thinking is if you burn the objectives, they're removed from the battlefield, and then you can't score primary from them because they're removed. So therefore, this one gets removed at the end of the game, and so does the center one. Carnage. 20 for primary, so we both tie primary on 40. But, crucially, the Tyranids got 31 for secondary, but the Death Guard got 30. Not killing the Hive Tyrant, or the Tervigan, or even the Neuro Tyrant at the end was crucial, and the Death Guard lose by the skin of their teeth.